name is Al Kauffman. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio. I'm a professor at St. Mary's University School of Law. And I just want to talk a little bit about the importance of San Antonio to the whole Mexican-American, Chicano, Latinx movement. So many important national organizations, important to the Latino community, were started all here in San Antonio. I work for MALDEF, Mexican-American Legal Defense Fund, opened in 1968, and is the leading law firm for our Latinx community in the United States. IDRA, Intercultural Development Research Associates, is probably the leading research group on Latinos in the United States. And then you had COPS, the first IF group was here in San Antonio. The Mexican American Cultural Center, started by Father Elizondo and several nuns, all began to study the effect of the church and Latinos on the church and to increase understanding. So it's just such a wonderful place to have a center to study Mexican Americans. Two areas I'd like to talk about in a little detail if we have time. First is education. That's where I spent most of my legal work. San Antonio was the center of struggles for educational equity in school financing. In two areas, the federal case here, Rodriguez versus San Antonio ISD, with Demetrio Rodriguez, a plaintiff, lived not far from here at Our Lady of Lake University. That was a federal case, and the Supreme Court found 5-4, very tough divided decision that the federal Constitution didn't give rights to the people in poor districts or to the poor districts. But later we did the Edgewood case, and that was a MALDEF case beginning in 1984, and that eventually led to a finding that the whole system of school finance in Texas was unconstitutional. And that was a 1989 decision. Very important, all centered here in San Antonio. We had a big celebration over the Edgewood Stadium to celebrate hopefully the upcoming equity in school finance. And in voting area also, Texas is very important. The Southwest Voter Registration Project was started here with Willie Velasquez. Mexican American Unity Council started here. But that led to litigation. White v. Register is probably still the most important single-member district case where there was a lawsuit brought involving San Antonio to try to break up the state representative districts. There were 10, and they were elected at large, so basically all of them lived in Monte Vista and Alamo Heights, and that was broken up to various districts where you began to have Latino and African American representation. And then many later cases, San Antonio single-member district case, a whole series of cases all brought related to San Antonio. And in addition, we had a real intense super amount of energy on voting rights. At one time, you had the Southwest Voter Registration Project doing litigation and advocacy, MALDEF doing litigation and advocacy, Texas Rural Legal Aid doing litigation and advocacy, all around voting. And for a while, we were all there in the Petroleum Commerce Building, right on North St. Mary's in San Antonio. So this is certainly a community that has been so important to Latinos in the areas of education and voting rights, as well as a wide variety or community organizations and everything. So it's such a pleasure to be able to share with you my memories of that, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more research on how these various movements fit together, the change agents involved, how that happened. It's going to be a wonderful future of important research for the Mexican American community.